And I want to pick up the specialist infrastructure issues again. First of all, I'm concerned about the polarisation that seems to be emerging between national and local. We're a national specialist infrastructure that supports very local delivery, and our members are often not, just simply haven't the capacity to get engaged in local consortia because they're busy delivering. My plea is that both Capacity Builders and the Office for the Third Sector think laterally and creatively about their relationship with specialist infrastructure, not just about what you can do for us, but the fact that I think we can help, particularly in your work to try and join things up across government. For example, national networks like ours are very good at picking up inconsistencies in the way in which national government programmes work at the local level. In our case, I'm thinking about supporting people and the way in which the LSC works. So I think we've got a lot to offer you as well.
It's a very important issue. Consortia, and we talked a bit about consortia, quite a lot about consortia, because the way I describe them, the 127 ChangeUp consortia set up for those purposes are bound to be a primary constituency of ours. But, and I think this is very important for all sorts of application and partnership processes, not just to do with funding streams, they're not exclusively so. Our job is to support and invest in improving support and infrastructure to get benefits to the front line, inverted commas, whoever is doing it in a way. And therefore we need to have streams of work and activity which are not necessarily connected to consortia at all. And people are coming to us and saying, now especially around specialist organisations, and you can use any number of examples, and yours is one of them, there are national organisations working with their own front lines, local associations, local branches of a national, and they've got an infrastructural responsibility. That's why I mean they are or should be part of the programme, even though they didn't think they were or should be. And we need to be able to get that balance right over the next period.
With regards to partnership working, I'm really pleased to hear it, but I've heard it already because my background is in the NHS and other public sectors. With regards to equality and diversity, I've heard already, yes, we want to engage with the community, we want to empower them. However, a change of leadership and the money's gone. So that is one of my main concerns with that. Any change of leadership or due respect, yes, my apprehension is this passion will not be sustainable until 2014.
I can't guarantee that there won't be change in leadership. I mean, I think what I've learned in this job, I suppose, is that government initiatives have their downsides. I've not announced an initiative in the first 7 months I've been in this post, because I think the government comes along too often and chops and changes and says we've had a new idea, and that's to do with politicians, it's not to do with civil servants, to be honest about it. So I recognise that. I can't guarantee that, that there will be exactly the stability you want, but I suppose what I can say is that for my part, I understand the need to have commitments which last.
A lot of the discussion has been top-down or sort of supply side, and can we or how do we provide the infrastructure and the service and the support? To what degree is a sort of a demand side, a bottom-up approach, a part of your strategy? In other words, rather than providing help to the organisations, how do you see them helping themselves? And
on that, Alan, I'd give you a reassurance that actually that approach is the demand side approach is very important as far as we're concerned, and that's why we wanted to review, for instance, the provision of national services, because we wanted to make sure that it did reflect the demand. We are very serious about our engagement with social enterprise, though it may be more limited than perhaps future builders' involvement, but nevertheless we do have to see that as part of the third sector which we're seeking to address, and I can assure you that we are certainly going to do everything we possibly can, in your words, to help those organisations help themselves, because one of the characteristics of social enterprise organisations, of course, is that they don't want to be told what to do any more than the voluntary sector wants to be told what to do. They want to be empowered to do what they want to do and to get on and do the job. And we recognise that's very much the case. We are there to facilitate not to direct or control.
Just want to say thanks for organising today. It's very informative, very useful.